Hello there, who are you, and what is your role here?
My name is Jort van Welbergen. I'm originally from the Netherlands. I moved here recently for this job, and I'm a concept designer for Squadron 42.
Excellent. How long have you been here at Foundry?
I started working here October last year, so like 7 months now, 8 months.
So, is there anything that you've done that we would have seen by now that we can talk about?
Actually, not yet, because I'm mostly working on Squadron 42, the narrative campaign. I've done a lot of environment stuff, but recently I've been doing some prop stuff that will be in 2.4. And also I'm currently working on, maybe you've seen it, there's the rover that was in the trailer of the Constellation. And that's actually being fleshed out right now for, when we have planets, we want to, be able to drive, around instead of just walking. So that's a really exciting task, and I've been working on that lately.
Is that going to have as much modularity, components, and things as the ships are going to do? Or?
Yeah, well, basically, it is a ship, but just with wheels, as far as we're concerned. So it will have the components, we'll have cockpit, we'll have, multiple functions. Basically everything you expect from the ships, we'll have that as well.
That's cool. So what were you doing before you were here at Foundry?
Well, to be fairly honest with you, this is actually my first job. I graduated last year, so I did do a really extensive internship at Guerrilla Games in Amsterdam, who, of course, made Killzone, Shadowfall, and then are now working on Horizon Zero Dawn, which I worked on as well. That's the game with the robot dinosaurs, so, it was so awesome working on that as well.
So is that how you came involved with the project here? You were working over there on those things and they saw your work and contacted you, or?
I think it was mainly because of my graduation project and also like my portfolio pieces. I've done a lot of space stuff, a lot of space stations and like capital class ships. That a lot of people were it was received really well, and I think they noticed that, and that's how they contacted me really.
Do you have any advice for someone who would want to get into the games industry and do the same sort of thing that you're doing?
Well, I got lucky, and it's pretty hard. What I would advise is just, do the stuff where your passions lie. That's the most important thing, because that's where you will, that's where you will put the most effort in. If you like, I really like, NASA stuff, space stuff, so I'm willing to go that extra mile for stuff like that. I'm not really, like a furry animal character type of guy, like I don't really care. So that's not where I will probably get jobs. So just, stick close to what you want, and that might not be what you think you want, but ultimately it will be. So yeah.
What is your most proud work to date? Inside or outside of the project?
Well, that's a hard one. I really enjoyed my graduation project. That was more of a scientific approach to spaceship design, something that hasn't been done yet. It's basically picking up because NASA has done a lot of research in the 80s, especially when the budget was cut and they basically only did research. And they had a lot of really cool ideas for going to Mars that not a lot of people have picked up on. So by digging in those gold mines, you can get a lot of cool ideas. And as a concept artist, I have the technical ability to then visualize those things. And that's what I tried to do with my graduation project. And I thought that was a lot of fun. And yeah, that was personally, but like professionally, there's some stuff coming up on the narrative campaign that's super, super cool. And I'm really proud of, being a part of that as well.
Have you, in your opinion, brought in more of a sciencey feel to some of the ships that you've worked on, or some of the bits you've worked on?
Actually, quite the contrary. Like what I was doing before on Squadron 42 before, like, because now I'm doing the rover, but it was mostly making everything feel more lived in and real and have more, sort of more of an emotional impact, because basically what I got was just a bunch of boxes from design, and then I would make it, look like an actual, I don't know, like a living room or an office space, or, stuff like that. Don't hold me to that, but, it's just to give an example. So you would have stuff lying around, people have been places, people have you know, they drank some soda cans and then threw them in a bin or something, you know, stuff like that.
I hear the soda cans are going to take over the world someday.
Yes, definitely.
What's your favourite ship in game at the moment and why?
Well, currently in game, that would be the Retaliator. I really love the design on that. The whole Aegis line is I really like Retaliator especially. But my favorite ship is probably the Idris, which hasn't been put in game yet. But like from what I've seen of it, it's incredible.
Retaliator is good, and Beatrice. Earth or Terra?
Oh, well, concerning Starset, I wouldn't know. Both would work, I suppose. I'm a 40k nub though, so Terra it is.
Oh, excellent. What was your army?
My first army was Space Wolves, but I collected all sorts. I collected 1,000 Suns, so that's their enemies, and Dark Angels, which are also their enemies. And then I had Tyranids, currently collecting Tau. I had some Eldar, so yeah, just whatever.
Cool.
Yeah.
So before we let you get back to things, is there anything you'd like to address directly to anyone watching this?
No, I think I said enough. Like, I'm really excited for the stuff that we have, prepared for you guys, especially concerning Squadron. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, and then, it's gonna, actually be the game that everyone wants. Hopefully, I believe it will be, and I can't wait for the release and see everyone's reactions.